Hello everyone, my name is Aarti and you're watching HW News. The Rajya Sabha elections once used to be dull affairs. Unlike Loksabha, where the parties had to gather the support of the masses, campaign, leaders need to give speeches, hold rallies, meetings, etc. Rajya Sabha elections used to quietly get over, with many finding out that there indeed was a Rajya Sabha elections after the results were out. But since 2014, this has changed. Since Modi government came to power, every Rajya Sabha election has been another battlefield. This time was no different. While the voting started at 9 a.m. yesterday, results of Rajya Sabha for many states were not declared until this morning. There were allegations of breach of secrecy. Both BJP and opposition demanded to cancel the votes of each other. Few candidates were disqualified. There was recounting in some places as well. After all this overnight political drama, BJP has emerged strong, winning as many as 8 seats on its own. Rest 8 seats are won by different political parties across 4 states. Let us talk about the results in detail state by state. The 16 Rajya Sabha seats for which polling took place are in Rajasthan, Haryana, Karnataka and Maharashtra. The Rajya Sabha elections generally test the political party's true strength within its MPs and MLAs. Thus, the parties have to manage their flock. Ahead of the election day, the parties moved their MLAs to 5-star hotels and resorts to avoid horse trading. This was same for BJP as well as opposition parties. In Rajasthan, there was luxurious Badabandi. In Maharashtra, Shiv Sena moved its MLAs to Trident Hotel. But still, the Rajya Sabha polls were not a smooth sailing for these parties. Let's start with Maharashtra. For Rajya Sabha polls, the BJP has fielded 3 candidates in the state: Union Minister Piyush Goyal, Anil Bonde and Dhananjay Mahadik. The Shiv Sena had fielded 2 candidates, spokesperson Sanjay Raut and Sanjay Pawar. The NCP and the Congress party, who are part of the ruling Mahavikas Aghadi alliance, they had fielded 1 candidate each, former Union Minister Praful Patel and Imran Pratap Gadi respectively. The MVA was confident of the victory, but in a stunning setback, the BJP snatched up to 3 of the 6 Rajya Sabha seats from the state. The results were declared after a tussle over cross-voting and alleged breach of election rules delayed the counting by around 8 hours. The BJP winners include Union Minister Piyush Goyal and former State Minister Anil Bonde and Dhananjay Mahadik. Among the candidates fielded by the MVA alliance, Shiv Sena's Sanjay Raut, NCP's Praful Patel and Congress's Imran Pratap Gadi have won. During the high-tension proceedings, both the BJP and Shiv Sena approached the Election Commission alleging cross-voting and seeking disqualification of votes. The BJP questioned the validity of ballots cast by 3 MLAs of the ruling alliance. The Mahavikas Aghadi too sought to invalidate 2 votes, one by a BJP MLA and another by an independent. Objections were raised against the votes cast by NCP's Jitendra Awad, Congress's Yashomati Thakur and Shiv Sena's Suhas Kande, as well as against BJP's Sudhir Mungantiwar and independent MLA Ravi Rana. Except Mr. Kande's, all other votes were ruled to be valid. Now, Kande did not show his ballot to anyone else, but still his vote has been invalidated. This is what NCP's Jayant Patil claims. But elections are contested not just for the fight, but also for the victory. Jai Maharashtra. This is what was tweeted by BJP's Devendra Fadnavis after the stellar victory. Devendra Fadnavis' refusal to have consensus candidate for the Rajya Sabha led to the election in the state after 23 years. Let's move on to Rajasthan. In Rajasthan, the ruling Congress won 3 of the 4 seats being contested, while the BJP secured 1 seat. Congress candidate Randeep Singh Surjewala, Mukul Wasnik and Pramod Tiwari and BJP's Ghanshyam Tiwari were declared elected by the Election Commission late on Friday night. Congress candidates Mukul Wasnik and Randeep Singh Surjewala got extra votes. So did BJP candidate Ghanshyam Tiwari, while 1 vote was rejected. Media baron Subhash Chandra, who contested as an independent candidate with the support from the BJP, however, failed to get elected after polling an insufficient number of votes. There was no cross-voting in this state. Let's move on to Haryana. After Maharashtra, this was another state in cliffhanger over Rajya Sabha results. Here, Congress fielded its senior leader Ajay Makan, whereas BJP fielded former Transport Minister Krishan Lal Panwar and backed NewsX's owner Kartikeya Sharma. In a major upset for the Congress party, senior leader and Rajya Sabha poll candidate Ajay Makan lost out after not getting enough votes, according to the Election Commission. On the other hand, BJP's Krishanlal Panwar and Saffron Party-backed independent candidate Kartikeya Sharma were declared elected for the two Rajya Sabha seats from Haryana. Congress MLA and party's authorized polling agent BB Batra said, while the vote of a party MLA was declared invalid, MLA Kuldeep Bishnoi cross-voted for Kartikeya Sharma. The state's ruling BJP had initially sought cancellation of the votes of the two Congress members, alleging that two Congress MLAs showed their ballot papers to unauthorized persons. Ajay Makan also wrote to the Election Commission, alleging the BJP's objection was false and frivolous. This particularly came as embarrassment for the Congress party, as it had tweeted late at night that Ajay Makan had in fact won the Rajya Sabha seat. However, its celebration was short-lived as Election Commission called for a recount. Congress then deleted the tweet. Congress MLA BB Batra told reporters that there was a miscommunication, as earlier Makan was said to have polled 30 votes, however one vote was cancelled. Let's move on to Karnataka. In Karnataka, the BJP enjoyed a clean sweep as it won all the three Rajya Sabha seats it had contested. Out of the 4 seats up for grabs in the state, the Congress, which is the main opposition party, won 1 seat, while the JDS was left empty-handed. Union Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, actor-politician Jagesh, outgoing MLC Leher Singh Siroya from the BJP, and former Union Minister Jairam Ramesh of Congress were declared victorious. That's all for this video today. Do let us know what you think about this in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in.